Welcome to my channel Thoughtcraft. I'm Shrestha Dhar and I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm very happy all of y'all have liked my first video. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure that you check out the link that is given in the description box and in the video. Today I'm going to discuss about a few more ways in which we can take care of our anxiety. Now what happens is, when we get anxious or fearful about a certain thing, we are going to notice that no matter what we are trying, the anxiety keeps on increasing till we feel that we don't have a control over it. Okay, now to understand why this happens, let's take a look at the anxiety cycle. Whenever we face a threatening situation, we experience anxiety. For example, if we are afraid of dogs and if we come across a dog on the street, we are going to feel anxious. We can start shaking, trembling, or even start feeling breathless. So what do we do next? We avoid. That is avoidance. We immediately run away from the situation and we're like, thank God, I'm feeling so much better now, and we are relaxed. Now, avoidance leads to a very short-term relief from anxiety. Whenever we run away, whenever we move away from doing something that is making us anxious, we feel relieved. But this feeling is very short-lived. What it leads to is a long-term growth in anxiety. It becomes more and more ingrained in our brain that the thing that we are afraid of is actually very dangerous and very threatening to us. Now, avoidance is required for our survival. For example, if we go to the mountains, we are going to stay away from the cliff. That is, we are going to avoid going near the cliff because we will fall off the cliff. So avoidance helps us and protects us from things that are actually dangerous to us. Avoidance starts becoming a problem when we are afraid of things or when we are avoiding things that are just perceived to be dangerous, but they are not actually dangerous. For example, we can be afraid of talking to our boss, we can be afraid to do a particular presentation in front of our class, or we can be just afraid to attend a party that we want. So what happens if we start avoiding a lot of things? Not only the anxiety is going to grow, but also we are going to miss out on a lot of things in our lives. There are a few common ways in which we avoid or practice avoidance. First is physical avoidance, or just physically escaping the situation. So if we are afraid of dogs, we simply run away or stay away from dogs. Or for example, if we are afraid to attend an interview, we simply do not end up going to the interview. Second, distraction. Sometimes we are not aware of the things that are making us anxious, but they can be very regular things on a very regular day. What happens is that we tend to distract ourselves from that thing that is making us anxious by involving ourselves too much into social media, spending a lot of time daydreaming or doing nothing at all. For example, you have to finish an assignment or do an assignment, but you are noticing that you're not doing it at all. Rather, you're wasting too much time on social media and you're delaying the process. Third is experiencing negative emotions. If there is something, a situation or a thing that we are anxious about, what happens is, because we are not being able to deal with it, we tend to get angry at ourselves or even start getting angry at others. This does not help the situation, but it makes it even worse. And finally, substance abuse. This is one of the most harmful ways of coping with anxiety. Substances such as nicotine, alcohol, or even marijuana. It provides us with a short-term effect, short-term relief, but in the long term, it is extremely harmful. Now that we know what avoidance is and how avoidance is harmful for us, let's discuss certain ways in which we can not use avoidance as a way of coping with our anxiety. First, observe yourself. Observe yourself throughout the day, the things that are making you anxious, the things that are making you nervous, and then also observe how you are reacting to them. Second, journaling. Start writing them down. Write them down, the situations that are making you anxious and how you're reacting to them. This will help you keep a track of the things that are making you anxious. For example, I get anxious when I'm talking to my rude boss. I get anxious when I see spiders. I'm anxious when I'm handed over a very hard project which I can't manage. Third, grade the situations. You can grade the situations or things that are making you fearful from least to most. Pick the one which you feel that you can handle most easily and you can start working on it. Fourth is face the situation. Now that we have decided the situation that we'll work on, break it into easy, simple, teeny tiny steps and start working on it. For example, calling up my boss is scary. I feel very nervous when I talk to him. How to make it easier? Step 1. Schedule a time to call him and stick to it. Example 7 p.m. Step 2. Plan ahead about the points that need discussion. Step 3. Be a bit prepared that you will feel anxious while you're talking to him. And step 4. Just do it. One of the most important ways to deal with anxiety is to practice relaxation. Sit comfortably, relax your body, take slow, deep breaths. Slowly breathe through your nose. Your stomach must rise. And then slowly exhale through your mouth, pushing out as much air as you can and as gently as possible. Breathing will help you relax yourself through the anxious situation. Thank you. I hope these methods can help you deal with anxiety a little better. But remember that anxiety can get out of hand at times and it might be very difficult for you to get about your daily life. So if that happens, make sure that you talk to a professional. If you like my videos and if you find them helpful, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.